Hello and welcome to another video from the FM Scout YouTube team. I'm GWFM and I'm going to bring you a video to do with Leeds United. It is Thomas Christiansen at Leeds. Just a little bit of an experiment. We're going to have a look at exactly who he is and what he's all about, and then we're going to have a little bit of an experiment on Football Manager 17 just to see how he fares in a full season at Ellen Road. But before we get into anything, I just want to draw your attention to my channel. I've got a couple of things going on at the minute. One is Life at Leeds. It's coming towards a conclusion shortly, but otherwise I've got the Fail of the Month, which is now changed to the Fail of the Fortnight, and soon to be Fail of the Week, where I showcase horrible howlers from goalkeepers and outfield players alike. So hopefully you can check us out. But what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to have a look at Thomas Christiansen and what he's all about. He is a 44-year-old coach from Denmark who's got Spanish heritage as well. I think it's his mother. And basically he's got 2 caps for the Spanish national side. But looking at him as a player, he's played for some decent teams. Between 1991 and 96 he played for Barcelona B team. In between that he had loan spells at Sporting Gijon, Osasuna and Racing Santander. Then he got a move to Real Oviedo, and then following that went to Villarreal, before joining Terrassa, Panionios and Herfolge, I want to say it is, and then finishing his career in Germany at VfL Bochum and Hannover 96. In the national team he had 11 apps at under 21 level with 3 goals, and he got 1 goal in 2 appearances for the Spain national side all the way back in 1993. Looking at the teams that he's actually managed so far, he's managed he's been an assistant manager at Al Jazeera with his first managerial post at AEK Larnaca. I want to say that's how I pronounce it, and then going to his well, the team has just left Apoel Nicosia, and yeah, obviously now he's at Leeds. Now before we get into the FM17 side of things, I'm just going to say that by all accounts it's something that I've actually found out today. This is the day after he was appointed at Leeds United as head coach, and he apparently has learnt quite a bit from Johan Cruyff, obviously before he passed away sadly. But he's like one of the students from his era, if you know what I mean. So, by all accounts, in the UEFA website at one point in October 2016, he actually was praised for the way that Apoel was playing in the Europa League. Barca's style of play has been mentioned, so it's maybe something to look forward to. I just want to draw the attention now to his managerial spell at Apoel. Well, in Cyprus, basically. He took over what's considered a mid-range team in Cyprus and took them to second in the league, missing out on the title on the last game of the season. He then left Larnaca to join Apoel, the team who actually beat them to the title, and won it again, and also took them to the Europa League. It's last 16, where they lost to Anderlecht 2-0, who eventually did lose to eventual winners Manchester United. So they didn't do too bad against some pretty decent sides. So here we are with Thomas Christiansen, the first team coach at Leeds, and first things you look at if you're familiar with the game is that his tactical knowledge isn't very good. It's only 7, which is a bit of a shame really, despite the fact that he's been learning from Johan Cruyff. Other than that, man management is pretty decent at 13. His judging player ability and potential are both 13, which is decent for the Championship, I would say. His motivating is a little bit left to be desired at 10, but you know, again, it's more the tactical knowledge that stands out more than anything. Who knows? He might surprise us. We'll have to wait and see. But his preferred formation is 4-2-1-3, DM wide, which to me suggests he plays with 4 at the back, obviously, with 2 defensive midfielders, 1 central midfielder, 2 wide players, more likely like inside forwards maybe perhaps, and then 1 up top. His playing style is mixed, his coaching style is attacking, and his mentality is attacking as well. Pressing style is closing down, so that sounds like it could be decent. We'll try to win the ball back quickly. Marking style is zonal. Personally, myself, in a real life aspect, I prefer man marking to zonal. But then looking at his other preferred formations, you've got 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1, and 4-2-3-1. Different variations of them: DM wide, DM, and just wide. So he's looking to be playing with 1 up top, in my opinion. Just for this particular experiment, I've actually removed players that aren't going to be there next season. Players such as Charlie Taylor, which obviously could change at this late stage, but it's more likely he's going to be leaving the club. I've even got rid of the loans, both in and out, so like the likes of Elite Irwin are back at the club as well, so it'd be interesting to see if he features at all, see what he does, and he can actually have a look at his full squad and see where he needs to strengthen. Like I say, it's only for one season, and we'll see how he fares very shortly. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go forward a full year and see how Thomas Christiansen has done as Leeds United manager. So we are back at Leeds United, and as you can probably see, he is no longer in charge of Leeds United. Mr. Terrific himself, Harry Redknapp, is in charge, so it means he has been sacked. Let's have a look and see as to when that would have been. So I've highlighted him here. It seems he's lasted 155 days. He got sacked on the 3rd of December, which is a massive shame. What we need to do now is look at the actual schedule and see how they actually fared in those games in and around that time. So looking at his performance as manager / head coach, he got off to a good start in the league. He lost obviously to Bury on penalties in the first round of the EFL Cup. Following that though, he had a dreadful run, 2 points from 27. Didn't really help him at all in the slightest. And then picked up a decent little spell where they were undefeated in 5 games, but after that he had another couple of bad results, first against Rotherham and then Aston Villa, which did prove to be his last game in charge of Leeds United. It is a massive shame. Let's have a look and see now what transfers he did make, if any at all. So we're only going to be looking at the first one because the other one came in after he was sacked. And looking at who he's brought in, he's brought in a 31 at the time years old Nicolas Maurice Bellet, an experienced winger, not very quick, and to be honest with you, in my opinion, bang average. Looking across at the outs, and it's basically all the youngsters out on loan, nothing too surprising there. So that is it, in my opinion. Being a Leeds fan, I am a little bit sceptical. We've gone like that route before, where we've gone for a foreign manager. Darko Milanic, he did join us with a decent reputation, proven abroad, but they come to the Championship, it's a massive challenge for any foreign coach, in my opinion, that doesn't understand the English game. There's a couple of gems appear. You'll think of David Wagner at Huddersfield Town, pulled off a miracle last season, really, and it could happen again. Who knows? But to be honest with you, it's just concerning. Being a Leeds man, of course, Gary Monk did wonders with us. Bit of a shame the way he left the club, but we were looking for maybe a bigger name just to try and take us that extra step into the playoffs and maybe even the automatic spots. It's going to be tough this season for Leeds. I'm under no illusions whatsoever, but hopefully we can end up with a different result to what we've seen on this experiment. So that is it for this video. Don't forget, of course, to check out the FM Scout website, where you can pick up all sorts of tips, tricks, tactics and whatever else that you might be after. I've been GWFM, and thanks for listening. Until next time, I'll see you then. Bye bye.